Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fight fans all over the world, my name's Robert Huddleston, and this is the golden age of the exhibition match, the celebrity boxing match, the freak fight, the tough man competition. Little history lesson. Handful of year or two ago, internet personality, Logan Paul fought another internet personality named KSI. And it was huge. It was a boxing match, and did really big numbers. Just before this, professional wrestler, entertainer, not like, don't think of amateur wrestling where they put on the singlet, think of like WWE, CM Punk, Christmas, can't remember his name, Phil something, CM Punk came in and had 2 fights in the UFC that he trained for years for, and he got just brutalized. Then Conor McGregor, at the time the best 155-pound mixed martial artist in the world, went and drummed up a fight with the best boxer in the world in a boxing ring. And went 10 rounds, won rounds, even though the judges, completely cheated him. Got stopped on his feet after eating just a handful of punches. Went 30 minutes with the best of all time. This did big numbers. Mike Tyson recently, and I say like a week ago, came out of retirement to fight, and this is after a 15-year retirement, to fight Roy Jones Jr., who came out of a 2-year retirement. They fought to a draw, 2 old guys, aged those punches, went 8 rounds. It was very impressive. It did big numbers, over 1 million buys. The undercard, just before them, the co-main event, was Logan Paul, his little brother, Jake, fighting former NBA, professional ball player, what do you call him, NBA player? Former ball guy, Nate Robinson, and just starched him, knocked him stupid, knocked him into oblivion. So the Pauls were real hot, and he called out Conor McGregor and Dylan Dennis and Floyd Mayweather. And then a week later, his big brother gets to fight with Floyd Mayweather. Now, that's obviously the crescendo, but sometime in the future, in the next year, we have 2 former world's strongest men and the previous world deadlifting record holder and the guy that broke his deadlifting record going to have a boxing match. So we're hot off the heels of old Mike and old Roy. We just got announced Floyd versus a professional cruiserweight with no wins and 1 loss, famous YouTuber. And that's happened pretty quick in February. And then sometime in the next year, we're going to have 2 giant strongmen beat the Christmas out of each other. I think this is exciting. I hear a lot of people, complaining about it. That it doesn't get, real boxers don't get the eyes on them, these guys do. But I mean, there's something to say there. Mike even said that his fight with Roy did over 1 million, largely in part to Jake Paul bringing a bunch of YouTube fans, Boxing hasn't been interesting for a minute, not because guys weren't talented athletes or they didn't fight. I mean, I don't think they fought hard for a while, but it became very uninteresting. You had guys not fighting that hard, not really telling a story you hadn't already heard. So you have a not interesting fight with no stakes on the line. Well, people don't care that the Paul brothers aren't professional fighters. If you've watched them for years on YouTube, you care whether they get beat up or not. That's the only reason you're tuning in. Do you care? Are they the best pugilist in the world? Or do they just have stupid hands and hoping for a lucky punch? Ain't no thing as a lucky punch either. If you train to throw punches and land one, it wasn't lucky. You'd never call a judo throw lucky or a karate kick lucky. I grab you and throw you and you land on the ground unconscious and be like, that was a lucky throw. No, he threw him. If by chance Logan Paul connects with Floyd and knocks him unconscious, I'm going to be the first to say that wasn't a lucky punch. He trained that punch. He has a reach on Floyd, and he's 50 pounds bigger than Floyd. Is he going to hit Floyd? Well, probably. Will he stop him with that 1, 2, 3 punches that might land? The money would say no. I mean, if you're gonna bet money, bet it on Paul. I mean, that's where you stand to win. If there's money to win, the margin on Floyd has to make you. I mean, you had to put $100 up to get $3 back. Something stupid, I'm sure. I have no idea what the betting lines are. It just happened this morning. I'm sure they're betting lines. I just don't know them. But boxing hadn't been interesting for a minute. MMA can be interesting, and I love MMA, but can be mostly interesting but dull in large spurts. Like Khabib, as much as people love him, barely fought the last 4 years. Like 4 fights in 4 years. Not terribly exciting. Now, he beat the guys up he fought, but as far as the division goes, that didn't lead for a lot of momentum or parity. Now that he's gone, the ebb will flow, and you'll have a bunch of exciting fights for a belt that's for grabs. Boxing ebbed for way too long. That now, literally, YouTubers can come in and step up and crack the dam open. I think boxing was dying before MMA. I think MMA made boxing step up. And boxing probably was about to die again. Like, I don't know where, like, it had some momentum. It had some great moments these past few years. Tyson Fury. I mean, Canelo. I think more people talk about watching Canelo fights than actually watch them. I think that big DAZN debacle, there's a thing there. If you're not familiar, Canelo had the biggest sporting contract of all time, sued his way in and out of it. They got him a fight last minute. You probably don't know who Canelo is. You probably don't even know who he would fight. So to fork up enough money to see to it he's going to get paid $40 million, that's the crux. You can't name another boxer. So that's why Floyd's fighting the Logan brother. I can't keep him straight. Logan. It'll be interesting. I'm going to watch it. I want to see Mike Tyson fight again. I want to see him fight Evander Holyfield, Shannon Briggs. I'd watch Roy fight again. I'd watch Roy fight Antonio Tarver. Antonio Tarver's not a young man, but he's not an old man either. Let's watch that other Paul kid. I would happily watch him box Dylan Dennis. I think that'd be very interesting. I can't wait to watch 2 300-pound plus strong men box. I personally love the concept of the freak fight, the exhibition match. Depending on how this one with Floyd and Paul go, I think is going to tell the story. I don't think the die is cast one way or not for like Mike's Legends League. I think we have yet to see. But if this is an interesting fight, if it's fun to watch, if people tune in and feel like they got their money's worth, you really could see a league of celebrity boxing matches. And why would you tune in? Because you care about those celebrities. You don't care about Billy Joe Saunders. I think he's the greatest boxer in the world right now. Just a terror with his hands. You don't know the guy. Wouldn't pay to watch him, right? But man, I think he fought on one of those silly cards. Maybe it was the last Logan where he fought undercard. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm just happy that many people are tuning in. I'm not a YouTube person. I'm paraphrasing. He's like, I'm not a YouTube personality. I'm not this character of millions of fans. I'm a talented fighter, and if they can bring more people to see me fight, wonderful. So, like, the top pugilist in my mind has no quarrel with it. But I know there will be a lot of boxing heads who will think it's dumb. But at the end of the day, I just want to see fights. Like Mike Tyson famously said, I like fighting so much, I'll stay up and watch Bugs fight on YouTube at 3 a.m. So tell me what you think about the exhibition match, the freak fight, the celebrity boxing match. Like this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so now. And God bless you.